Well, I guess it's gotten to that point where even Sesame Street isn't safe.
Yep, Sesame Street, the show that's been going on since the goddamn 70s. It's always been full of lovable characters like the Count, Cookie Monster, Oscar the Grouch, some red spawn of Satan, and naturally there were movies featuring these characters, and naturally as a kid I would watch the hell out of these movies.
Well, one that was always at my grandparents' house is cropped up in recent memory. So it's time to scour the internet and see what it was all about. Have you ever heard of Don't Eat the Pictures?
Don't Eat the Pictures is, as you might have guessed, a made-for-television Sesame Street movie that aired on PBS. Man, I really need to step away from this made-for-TV nonsense.
I never realized how many of my childhood films weren't even good enough for cinema.
The movie features the Muppets exploring the Metropolitan Museum of Art, with their caretakers, basically. Seriously, the adults that hang out with the Muppets have kids of their own, but seem to spend more time making sure the Muppets don't get into any trouble or cause any problems. Why else would these people be here if not to make sure that these guys don't cause too much chaos?
I mean, not all Muppets are like that, though. In fact, I have one as a roommate. But he doesn't really talk much and kind of scares me. Yeah.
So, like I said, it's the Muppets and their caretakers visiting an art museum. And boy howdy, it's almost as exciting as visiting a museum in real life. Just check out how much fun Big Bird is having.
Some days I feel just like that. Oh.
Just for shits and giggles, I've actually decided to look up this particular statue and found out it references a part of Dante's Inferno,
where it describes this dude being imprisoned with his 4 sons. I guess he ended up starving and decided to, well, eat them. Now put a Muppet in front of that statue, have him make a joke about having bad days, and yeah, this is gonna be fun. Anyhow, after the intro credits, the museum begins to close and Big Bird wanders off because he was supposed to meet up with his imaginary friend Snuffleupagus. While everyone goes on a search to find Big Bird, wait, haven't they done this already? They realize the museum has been locked up with them still inside.
Everybody look. I got a real bad feeling that this museum is locked. And we are locked in the museum for the night.
How the hell that happened when they're all running around yelling Big Bird kind of makes me wonder if the security guard is secretly a Muppet racist. So everyone decides they might as well keep looking for Big Bird while exploring more of the museum.
Why not? We've got all night.
Yeah, we'll see just how excited you kids are after 3 in the morning with nothing to do but look at oil paintings.
And so we get various bits with the monsters and people looking at the many works of art. Some of the scenes ranging from semi-informative.
It's a standing bodhisattva from northern China. Wow, it's really nice. Come on.
To just them fucking around.
That's a wish? You little thing?
Yeah.
Is it? That's good. Well, I look like, doesn't it? You find it hard to talk with your tongue in your mouth?
And of course there's singing.
Who needs hands and feet when you're beautiful?
Do you think that thousands of years ago the person who sculpted this would have ever imagined that in the distant future some green monster with a hand up its ass would be singing to it?
Your nose is far away and you're beautiful.
Huh. Really makes you think.
Even better, it's Oscar singing about how, since these statues are broken, that makes them beautiful garbage. That is just cold-blooded, man.
Who throw you away?
Guys, do you realize what this is? It's boobs in a Sesame Street movie.
I mean, I know it's art, but still, I'm looking at boobs in a Sesame Street movie. And not just boobs either, there's some peens in here too.
A little something for the ladies.
And to think, as a kid, I never even gave the naked statues a second thought.
I have become less mature as I've aged. Dear Lord.
Here's a bit where Grover sings to a suit of armor thinking it's a real person.
Please, 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 pretty please. Sir, please talk to me. Max.
Grover?
Max, yes.
Grover? What are you doing?
Yeah, lady, we know. The camera's over here. Could you stop looking at it?
Grover, that's not a person. That's just a suit of armor.
Come on with you.
It is.
Oh! Oh! Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! I knew that!
Man, Grover's the fucking best. Bert and Ernie are over here admiring Emmanuel Lutz's Washington crossing the Delaware, and are just doing their damnedest to make it seem interesting.
He's standing up in the boat, Bert.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to stand up in a boat, Bert.
Well, that's true.
That's true. Yes, that is very true. Yeah.
Look at the horses in the boats.
Oh, wow.
Look at that, Bert.
Yeah, even horses.
Standing up, too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, there's some horses on the boat. Yeah. The hell am I watching?
Did George Washington just lie in his warm, toasty bed, huh?
I don't know, Bert. Did he?
Did George Washington stay home and open his Christmas presents?
I don't know, Bert. Tell me.
No, sir.
Yeah, not fucking Washington. He was out to kill the Hessians at Trenton on the day after Christmas. No, I didn't look that up on Wikipedia. Shut up.
Of course, this is all just build up to a punchline.
Hey, but Bert, if George Washington was going to New Jersey, why didn't he do what everybody does, Bert?
What's that?
Take the George Washington Bridge, Bert.
I don't get it.
I'm sorry you had to hear that, sir.
Then there's this part where a woman sings to two kids about mothers being depicted everywhere in the museum.
Some of them lived in dusty castles. Some of them lived where monkeys play. Each of them caring for the other.
It's actually a pretty good song. You know, it's too bad as a kid I probably checked out at this point because there weren't any Muppets.
And finally, there's the movie's namesake, where the Cookie Monster tries to eat the pictures.
Don't eat the pictures. No, no, no. Don't eat the pictures. No, no, no. Don't eat the pictures. No. When you go to museum.
Which takes a really creepy turn.
Me love to bake it or boil it for steam. But no. Me know the rules. Mommy look yummy, but it's not for toppings. Don't eat the mummies. Alright.
Yeah, Cookie Monster, please don't eat the mummy.
The letter of the day is C, which begins some words like cannibalism, cadaverous, and cat.
Man, to think if all it takes is a few hundred years to look edible to Cookie Monster. Oh god, keep him away from Sir Ian McKellen. No, Cookie Monster, please. Take Danny DeVito instead. And why does Cookie Monster have 3 dead grandmothers?
Oh boy, feast for eyes, delicious statue. See pretty statue so smooth and so white. Look, bright ice creams, we long for a bite.
Movie, no, I don't want to hear Cookie Monster talk about how tasty a statue of a naked woman looks. Okay?
Me love the nipple, but me wouldn't dream.
He loved the nipple. Cookie Monster would love to nibble. Have you seen this? Why are you still here?
For some reason, we couldn't just have random vignettes of the Sesame Street cast fucking around an art museum and added a side story with Big Bird who, after meeting up with Snuffleupagus, runs into a lost Egyptian prince, who's under a spell so that he can only walk around the museum after midnight and is looking to be reunited with his long-dead parents.
Kind of reminds me of another movie. Oh man, what was it called? It was Legends of the Fall. That was it.
Snuffy, look!
That's Kermit, my cat. He's under a spell too.
You know, I never would have guessed that cat was under a spell. So this kid's story is he needs to answer a riddle in order to meet Osiris and reunite with his family,
Where does today meet yesterday?
which he's been trying to do for 4,000 years.
And for 4,000 years, every night I've guessed wrong.
Well, I hate to break it to you, kid, but maybe you're just an idiot.
Who's Osiris?
Him. The Lord of the Underworld.
Gangster?
But enough backstory, let's play marbles! Throughout this whole bit, the prince constantly refers to Big Bird as Ibis,
Oh, thank you, Ibis. Oh, Ibis, you're so smart.
which is a type of bird seen around Egypt. The Egyptian god of wisdom, Thought, even has the head of an ibis.
Well, that's some fun trivia right there. I mean, it's just a shame it's the only bit of information in this movie that isn't explained to you. I had to Google that shit. I'm watching Sesame Street, and I had to Google something.
Most of these scenes involve the group trying to figure out the prince's riddle while delivering some bland jokes.
Oh, well, don't give up, Sahu. Rome wasn't built in a day, you know.
What's Rome?
Oh, don't worry, kid. It's only the place that ruled over your people for a couple hundreds of years.
I mean, it's nitpicky, yeah, he probably came from an older period, but come on, I'd imagine a great deal of ancient Egyptians knew who the Romans were. But no, what's Rome? The fuck is a Cleopatra?
Et tu, Sesame Street?
So after some wandering around and
A shiny little star
A shiny little star
is what you're gonna be.
singing, the hour finally comes to answer the question, and Jambi?
Not once have you given me the correct answer. I can assure you it has been very boring for me, and it's probably useless to ask the question again, but,
Wow. I mean, this guy's kind of a dick.
And this is supposed to be the demon who asks the riddle? The prince explained that a demon would appear to ask the question. Was kind of expecting more than a floating asshole. I mean, a floating head. Who's an asshole?
So where does today meet yesterday? Midnight? In a TARDIS?
Well, Big Bird unknowingly gives the prince the right answer.
Everything in this museum is from yesterday, and people from today come here to learn about yesterday.
A museum.
Yeah, okay, that works, you know. My only question is how the hell this kid was supposed to know what a museum was 4,000 years ago.
And wait, Big Bird came up with the answer. He keeps being referred to as Ibis, and the ancient god with the head of an ibis, Thought, is the god of wisdom and knowledge.
Whoa.
So the right answer summons Osiris.
Are you a god?
How does that bit keep coming up in these?
Who provides the final test where the prince has to weigh his heart compared to a feather. The lighter his heart, the better, to put it in simple terms.
if your heart is light and free of evil thoughts, it will rise up and you will become a star. If it is too heavy, it will sink down and you will remain on earth forever.
Yeah, pretty much what I said.
Ah, but wait a second. The prince was meant to bring a feather for the test, but he didn't. So I guess his last chance of reuniting with his parents is ruined. Oh, but what's this? Big Bird has a feather? Seriously, the hell is wrong with you, Osiris? There's an 8-foot bird right in front of you.
I guess having a dick made out of gold just messes with your eyesight. Yeah, that's right. Osiris has a gold dick. Man, I'm learning so much today.
But the prince fails the test. Probably thinking about Osiris's gold member. Meaning he's to stay cursed forever.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Not fair!
But Big Bird decides to step up to the Egyptian god, proclaiming his love for the prince, which makes the prince's heart lighter than a feather so he can become a star and reunite with his parents, and yeah, I'm probably gonna get a heart attack from digesting all this cheese.
Yes, Bird. Somebody up there likes us.
You know, I've been glossing over this for too long. Big Bird and Snuffy were just talking to a dead kid.
So the next morning, Big Bird meets back up with everyone.
Say, what are you all doing here?
What are we doing here? We spent the whole night looking for you, Big Bird.
Yeah, and now we're hungry.
Speaking of hungry, Cookie Monster's insatiable appetite finally gets the better of him.
Okay. Me want to eat hot dog.
None survived that day. So that was Don't Eat the Pictures, which, I mean, of course I can't bash this movie for being bad because it's Sesame Street.
All of my homeboys are here. I mean, except for the Count, who just kind of has a bit part.
And Bert and Ernie, Grover, Cookie Monster, Telly, and the Count.
9 people, 3 monsters, 1 grouch, and 1 count.
Closing time, sir.
I know.
I guess an art museum doesn't really give the Count much material to work with, does it?
The charm of the Muppets can make anything enjoyable, and a nostalgic trip to sit through. Case in point, they made an art museum entertaining for kids. So yeah, I liked it then, and I like it now. And, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking things, but does anyone else find it kind of strange watching the Muppets interact with works in a museum when they themselves now reside in the Smithsonian?
Yeah, pretty fucking weird, right? No? Just me? Divorce? Hey, is that creepy thing still here?